quitter when you're never giving up. So the enemies, I'm taking them apart. I'm a young boss, got me feeling like a rock. They can never match it, they can never
You know what? I'm over here talking shit. I don't even have the mics on both of us. Such an idiot. I just did.
This time you caught it early though.
I
so
caught
you
it
did
early.
better last time.
No, last time I waited like 15 minutes to even notice it, but no. This is like instantly. I was going tech and sick, and then I was like, why is my bars not going in color? When I'm looking at my audio meter, but we good.
Well, I was going, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
That's home story.
Yeah, I missed out last week. We didn't do anything just because I don't think there was really much going on, right?
There was really not that much going on.
It was just blah.
When your son wanted to go to the airport, man. Hey, man, go hang with your son. He's interested in that aviation thing. Maybe he makes something of it. So
yeah, he likes going over to the airport to watch the planes, land or take off, and I'm there with him teaching how to use my camera. So he just takes his. So I just kick back, dude, and kind of relax and just. Dude, I tell you what, man. Like, I think my wife gets a little bored being out there because, like, you don't do nothing except he's the one excited. You just kind of sit back and watch. Right. But when I go, I bring out the fold-out chairs because the chairs that they have there suck, and I relax and I'm good, dude. Like, I'm just chilling and it's relaxing to me, right? And it's not, and there's a nice breeze. Every time I go, there's a nice breeze going on. So you're not feeling the heat that much unless you're out sitting in the sun, but I try to stay in the shade. But it's to me it's relaxing, man. We'll spend like 2 or 3 hours out there at a time just hanging out. So, you ever do that? Go at the airport?
I used to work at the airport. So yeah, there was oftentimes if I didn't go to the arcade to play like the Sega version of their volleyball game that they have, their beach volleyball game that I told you about. Yeah, sometimes, like if I didn't really have that much time, grab me a sandwich or a drink, whatever. And there's lots of places where you can just go and there's like the big glass window out you can see outside and see planes, take off, land, shit like that. Bro, it was always a chill thing, a nice woosah moment. To chill with your empty thoughts. Yeah. With no thoughts, right? Yeah. Sometimes you need that. Yeah.
No, it's relaxing. I like it. It's just sometimes when you're sitting out there I mean, even though the breeze is there, but that Texas heat, man, it's just sometimes brutal. I'm like, dude, we gotta go. we gotta go.
I was going through it. I think around that same time. Yeah. And I know Europe is going through it right now. It's hot as balls in Europe. Yeah, man, they're going through a heat wave.
I just got our light bill for the last month, man, $330.
Oh, mine was like 120 something. I was like, wow, because I had the AC on crazy the month before with the heat wave and stuff.
Yeah, no,
I think it would have been a lot more. It's less money than it was in my old house. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, which is always good.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing happened last week that I think it was worth even going on and doing something for an hour and a half or 2 or something like that. But man, this week went kind of nuts with the layoffs, and then you got Helldivers coming. Oh, and then we didn't talk about the headset last time, did we? I don't think we did.
The VR headset?
Yeah.
I don't
think we did.
Like the last time we had a show, I don't even know if it was out yet.
I don't think it was out.
Remember. I don't think so. I don't think it was out yet.
Yeah, so they had the Xbox headset and people going nuts over there because it looks pretty sick. And dude, I'm excited for Helldivers to come to Xbox. Right?
Bro.
I actually enjoy it. I don't know about other people, man. But it's a fun game, right? And the only reason why I'm not playing more of it, and it's not because it's on PlayStation, because I have it on PlayStation, right? It's because I don't have their online services, right? And so I don't, like, I'm not gonna, that's the only reason why I, like, if I had to get online services, it would be only because of Helldivers, not anything else.
Thanks. It's not worth it that much.
It is not worth it for me, right? It's not worth it for me to spend, you know, whatever it is, $80, $60 for the year and play Helldivers. Now, it's fun to Helldiver. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a fun.
You gotta defend Super Earth, baby.
You gotta defend Super Earth. But man, hearing the news this morning about Helldivers coming to Xbox, and you know that's where I game most of the time, anyways. Dude, that is hype. I'm hyped up for it. I'm gonna get it. Right, I'm gonna double dip
I'll put
this.
It to you like this. I was in a space earlier today. We had Paris Lillian and a couple of other guys come through, and so in the middle of the chat, we were like, "Hey, man," because that and Gears comes out the same day.
Yes, they come out the same day,
which is great because they're both co-op. One is co-op, and because one is PvP, one is PvE, right?
Right.
So you can cooperate or compete against each other. You know, I mean, in terms of PlayStation versus Xbox or whatever, right? Or even if you want to put you make it three-way, you know, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of all this console warring and blah, 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 let's take the console warring to the Gears stage, right?
Like a person like myself, like a person like myself, I'm excited for it to come to Xbox, right? And my only question was, how are PlayStation fans going to spin this? Right?
They tried to.
How are they going to spin this? But like the gamer in me is like, dude, this is a good thing.
Good thing, yeah.
Right? This is a good thing. People should be happy about this, right?
Yeah.
So I saw the trailer and I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. This is awesome. This is great, man. I can't wait for it to land on Xbox.
Nixies is doing the port, and you know they do good ports because they're the guys who do the ports for Sony on Steam.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who do the Xbox version. I don't know if they were involved when they released on a PC and PlayStation to begin with. Maybe so, maybe no, I don't know. But I mean, we already know it performs excellent on the PlayStation and on the PC, so I'm sure the Xbox will be just fine, right? Like, not even Sony. Listen, but this is going to be the first time one of these Sony games is on Xbox. Yeah. So this is a litmus test to see if they kind of nerf the game.
Well, what I don't get, I was seeing in my timeline, and it's like, what is the purpose of this? What I'm about to ask. Why are there a group of people trying to play detectives and find out who's publishing this? Because they're kind of trying to treat it like if it was MLB. They may own the IP, or like, how's it go? They don't own the IP, or they don't own the publishing rights, so they had to go to Xbox, right? That was kind of their narrative.
Well,
you know
what happened. What happened is, so we all know the purpose of it is because, and I guess I should find you the link. It would help better because I think the video explains it all. Hold on. But what happened was, see, the PlayStation fanboys, right? They're so full of copium and bullshit and everything, right? Yeah. They're always trying to convince themselves of crap, right?
Yeah.
So Porter Rock and his band of merry goons. Dude,
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Right? So Porter Rock on his pocket. Here, I found it. Because Abstract had made a clip of this. This would be great for you to put on the screen. Hold on, I might put it in the group chat on freaking Twitter. All right. So basically, Porter Rock, he goes around, you know, he has his podcast with, you know, his fellow PlayStation fanboys, right? And he asked all of them, is the game first party? I think it was last year he did this, right? He asked all of them if the game was a first party, except for one of them at the end. Like he kind of went before he said yes, but he finally did agree, right? The rest of them agreed instantly, right? So therefore, he locked himself in a corner. So now what he's trying to do is, through the MLB situation, say it's not Well, PlayStation has never done this before, but because the MLB was the one who published the version on Xbox. But now PlayStation, because if you look at the trailer, the first trailer, it says PlayStation Studios on it in the game. PlayStation Studios is, I think, on the box. PlayStation themselves are publishing the game. They're doing the publishing, not Xbox or anybody else. Yeah. PlayStation themselves. So it's already been, you know what I mean? It's been settled already.
Yeah, but it's like, who cares though? That's the thing.
I sent you the video. The PlayStation fanboys do, because they want to act like it's all exclusive to them, right? And now that they have to change the goalpost because it's on Xbox now they're going to act like it's not a first party that they lost.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
OMG,
in their fanboy
finally spilled the beans on the table. PlayStation, SEPTA, Giggity, King David. He must have spelled that wrong. J-Rock.
Yeah, so play the video.
Oh God, I can't stand this guy's.
It's nothing crazy, no crazy.
Frogger face voice. God, I can't stand this son of a bitch, man. I swear.
He served our country, so hey, man, I let him live. I respect that, but other than that, I don't respect him at all.
PlayStation is a third-party publisher, like Sega.
That's it.
PlayStation is a third-party publisher.
This is not the one. I'm sorry, this must be the wrong one. But basically, he was on his podcast and he was asking his dudes. No, that's the one I sent you. It must have been the wrong one. But he was asking his friends. He was like, "What you guys think about this?" And they were asking. He was asking each one, "Is this a PlayStation exclusive? Yeah. Is this a first-party game? Yeah. Is this a first-party game? Yeah." They all said yes, except for J-Dub. I think he hesitated for a second before he finally agreed.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, okay, so we all agree it's a PlayStation first-party game. He was trying to say that, I think, last year or whatever, to try to make the point that it can never come to Xbox because it's their game. Right? But
okay.
Sony decided to do it themselves. So just like they're doing the same thing Xbox does, as they always do, like a year or two later. Right?
Yes.
Xbox goes first, they get all the crap for it from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then PlayStation, they come up and they do the same goddamn thing. Yeah. That's what happened.
I mean, a game like this totally makes sense because it's a live game. You want the most player possible, not just siloed in one little platform. You know, Xbox. I mean, whether it's going to be Xbox or PlayStation, especially on the console side, right? Because PC, I mean, PC is just in its own little world, right? But there's only so many players on both consoles, and it caps out at a certain point, right? It caps out at a certain point because either people lost interest or people just don't know it's there or they're just not interested flat out, right? And so coming to Xbox, I mean, it just makes sense because you want to tap into a new audience, like they said, right? It just makes sense. Both business and game, because you want the game to live, right? You don't want it to turn into an Anthem or some other game that's just lost its luster and nobody plays it, right?
Right.
You want this game to last long. You want it to last a few years and just 1, 2, like the honeymoon state of the games where it's just a couple of years, like, okay, I'm over it now, right? You want these games to last like
play it, like it for a little bit, and
like Sea of Thieves, man. It's going 7 years, 8 years strong.
Yep.
You want this game to last that long, but to make that happen, you got to have more players, not just depend on PC and not just on one platform, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation. You got to bring in some more. And now my question is, now that the Switch 2 is coming out, could they be next?
That was the thing I was saying too. Like, I'm kind of surprised this game isn't on Switch 2, but it may be coming later because this would be a good fit. This would be a good fit.
It would.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially on the go. Right?
I mean,
you need online,
especially
but that,
if you're trying to promote that the Switch 2 is way more powerful than the Switch 1, right?
Switch 1, right.
And then it's going to have some third-party support this time, like a lot more third-party support. So why not bring a game like this one, which is a great shooter, right? It's a great third-party shooter, and it's a fun game. It's a fun. Have you even played it yourself?
What, Helldivers?
Yeah.
No, not yet, because I bought it in the middle of the space we were doing today, and then that ended like an hour and a half ago. I ate.
No,
it's relaxing until the podcast.
It's a fun game. You get with your buddies. It's just hilarious. What first the sayings, you know, They
Yeah.
hurt themselves. My leg. Do it for democracy, right?
Yep. Yeah, they be saying wild stuff.
I mean, they say some wild things, and it's just hilarious. And then you got, if you're with randoms, then you're just all pissed off with the random people don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of running around doing their own thing. But it's just, to me, it's funny.
And the game be trolling you. I've seen.
It does.
It's hard. It's hard, and it's hard on purpose to like fuck with you.
Yes.
Right. So that's why you especially have to team up. But even when you're teaming up, like you be dying on some dumb shit, like you jump. And you'll shoot your boy because friendly fire is always on. I think.
Oh, I'm so notorious of like friendly fire all the time.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that game is bad with that. But they do it on purpose. Like it's full of lulls.
And I
like
didn't know that, right? When I first started playing Helldivers, I didn't know about the whole friendly fire thing, and I just kept like shooting. Like, dude, get out of the, like, what happened? What's going on? Like, it's friendly fire. There's no turning it off. Like, you can't turn it off. I was like, oh, okay, because I'm Rambo. Right? I'll just shoot. I don't care if you're in the way. Right? So, a game like this one where you want everybody to live and you have so many spawn credits that I got to watch what
you don't have infinite spawns, right?
I have to watch out with my aim, right? When it comes to this game. But it's a hilarious game. But like I said, the only reason I'm not playing it right now are more I do want to play it more. I'm not getting PSN just for that. Right. If I was playing more online games on PlayStation, then yeah, it made sense to let me just go ahead and get 3 months or maybe a year of PSN, but not gonna do it. I just don't play enough on the PlayStation right now to even justify that.
Question, let me ask you. Didn't your son have the PC version?
My son has a PC version, yeah.
And he's still playing that. He's not playing on PlayStation. He plays the PC version.
He plays the PC version.
Oh, because I was gonna say, well, won't you just play the PC version then? But
no, he hugs up. I created my new account. Remember, real TEKNOBLAST.
Oh, right. So, yeah.
So we could share. I mean, we could do the share thing.
Yeah,
right?
do game sharing then.
You could do the share thing, but we haven't even set up the game share thing. Cause again, I don't play on PC enough to even like be in a hurry to do the game share stuff.
On the in the space, like I do with Black Air Force. What we're trying to do is for that day, we're trying to have a thing where we get Xbox and PlayStation guys to play together on Helldivers and try to shoot each other afterwards in Gears.
Pose in here in the chat in the first comment, he says the Astros are so annoying. They keep winning. They lost today. Okay, they don't keep winning. They lost today. So, because I think he's the Cubs fan, right?
He's a Cubs fan.
I think he's a Cubs fan.
Woo, Cubs. Woo, Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fan or whatever. I've seen him on TV or whatever. He'll say, "Woo, Cubs, woo," or something like that.
Cubs.
He'll say it. Yeah, he'll say it over and over and over and over and over.
This part right here cracks me up, man. Where is it? So you got. I'll play it right here. Let me play the sound. Let me turn it down a bit. When the guy jumps into the hole, and he goes, "Come get some!" And my son goes,
"Oh yeah, with the nade." In his hands,
my son's like, "Why did he jump in there? Because it's already, like that hole is already done. It's like there's nothing you can do." But it's like, well, it's a joke, right? It's a funny thing to see.
Will you make the ultimate sacrifice? Now is the time to join the Helldivers.
On the Xbox, August 26th.
Everything about it is like, it's clearly, of course, it's aping from Starship Troopers, but it's not just doing it. It's not
dramatic.
Just a copy or
it's
whatever.
Dramatic. It's just
dramatic.
So funny.
All the jokes. It's tongue in cheek, just like Starship Troopers itself was, right? That was a great film. In hindsight, or even just in of its time, it was always a great film. I'm gonna watch it again, maybe tonight after the show. But
it is
like
a fantastic show. Rico.
But man, I can't believe they never did a like a crossover with Starship Troopers.
Well, because Starship Trooper has its own game.
Oh, that's right.
They have their own game, and I bought it because I got it on sale for like $10 to $15.
Is it any good?
No.
Terrible.
It's awful. It's awful.
No redeeming qualities, even at that price.
No.
Okay. Mental
I wouldn't even recommend it.
That's crazy. But yo, we did skip one thing
because I bought it on PlayStation. And I did have PSN at the time. That's why I got it. It's like, I'm gonna try this. Now that it's on sale, let me try Starship Troopers game. And I did. And I kept messing with my son. I was like, oh, Starship Trooper, that's the original. They're the OG. They're gonna beat out Helldivers. And I played it. I'm like, dude, this game sucks. Oh man. But no, I'm excited for it to come to Xbox. It's fun, man. I hope Xbox players do
embrace it
and play it, because it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Hope they do.
And so,
I mean, not the hardcore ones. If they embrace it, great. But I'm talking about the general public. If they notice that it's coming to Xbox, dude, I hope they jump on it, because for $40, you're gonna get your $40 worth, right? Of play.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's a fun game.
No doubt.
Right?
But this whole thing with Helldivers was just like the good news. But yesterday was a rough day for Xbox fans.
Dude, they're still taking a beating on that right now, still, man.
Not as much as this Helldivers thing really balanced it out, I feel. Right? So that whole vibe is already dead. But as always, there was a bunch of Xbox fans who's like, I'm never messing with Xbox ever again. Just like there was a PlayStation fan. Okay, now that video, I know exactly what it is. I'll send it to you. Where same thing, right? Where it was a PlayStation fan. He's like, he's selling his PlayStation. He's giving
up. Did he chop it
up
with an axe or some kind of chainsaw?
I don't know. He filmed a video that's 2 minutes.
Did he burn it in a barrel of fire? To show his displeasure.
You remember all those other guys who did that?
Yeah. That's why I'm bringing it up, man.
Yeah. So there's the video right there.
Did they drop it from a skyscraper from a
you might even see what I posted in response to this dude, but first play the video, and then you can scroll down to what my animated GIF was.
Oh, this guy? Yeah, I replied and said
that's the guy. That's the guy. So yeah, play the video for the viewers to see, because I feel like this was hilarious.
Oh, let me get that link over so I can get it. Why did it bring it again? It's not the one I want. It's not the one I copied. Let's see.
Well, you did see his face in the link, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now on my other browser.
Okay, so I did post the right one.
It just posted the same link again. Hold on.
For a second there, I was thinking I did the wrong one.
There we go.
There you go.
So first of all, let me read what this guy said. Let me see. I'm proud to announce that PlayStation will be my last console. I don't care to argue this or turn it into a movement. Okay. The move to put Helldivers 2 on Xbox is absolutely vile. If PlayStation is third party, then PlayStation is dead. Really? Okay. It's just going to go away.
So. God, this is hashtag PlayStation is dead. Everyone in the video, let the world hear what this loser had to say.
It's been a while since I've done this. Hey, listen, in light of the recent news that PlayStation is going to take their games to Xbox with the Helldivers 2, right? At least to begin with, I would like to announce proudly that the PlayStation 5, okay, over there, see, oh my goodness, look at that beautiful console. The PlayStation 5 is going to be my last PlayStation console. That's it. From this point on, this will be my last console. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the PlayStation 5 Pro just to kind of give you that last hooray, but even if I do, that's going to be much later down the line. This will be my last console. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much business sense this might make. I don't care about the time or this or that or, oh my God, it's been a year. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is exclusivity. Because when you create a hardware platform, I need to believe and trust that the games you're going to make yourself are going to take full advantage of the specifications and the capabilities you have built into that box. If you are now a third-party developer, and that's what they are, a third-party publisher now, then you have no obligation, or rather, you have the obligation to make sure that every single project that you greenlight is going to be able to run on all available platforms. That's what's going to happen, right?
Okay, I gotta stop him there for a second, dude. I get tired of this little narrative or this excuse or talk about, they act like they make a game and then they copy and paste it over to the others, just like that, right?
Yeah, because it's that simple, right?
Because it's that
all
simple.
That money,
right?
All that money and people having to be hired and all this stuff, and eventually fired. It seems right. All of that because it's so easy, because it's that easy.
That I get tired of hearing that talk every single time when a game goes on all platforms, whether it's exclusive or not, or if it's always been for all platforms, where they say something along the line, it's gotta work on the least common denominator, such as the Xbox Series S, and then after that it just like. It probably doesn't work as well because they made it for the Xbox Series S or something. It's just stupid, man. This guy's an idiot, and anybody that follows along with those kind of comments are idiots too, man.
So listen, I didn't buy a PlayStation to have a third-party box. No, I could have stuck with my PC. I already had a PC. I didn't buy a PlayStation to be stuck to the level of performance or creative capability of an Xbox Series S. If I had wanted a Series S...
There you go, see? Oh my gosh.
I would have bought the Series S, but I didn't because that didn't interest me. But now the games are...
So he assumes that the game on PlayStation 5 is just going to magically not work as good because it's going to a different platform.
You see the delusion?
It's such idiotic for someone that doesn't know how development. I don't know how development works, but I promise you, it does. It's not just like that.
Yep.
Right. It is not like that where, now they made it for the Xbox Series S and X. Now it's going to perform badly on my PlayStation 5. You got to be some sort of stupid man to be thinking that way.
Like, would that even work? That means they would have to recode the game and do a worse job than they did the first time.
Fucking idiots,
like,
dude.
Why?
Let's finish up this stupid video of his.
PlayStation is going to be making are going to have to run on the Xbox Series S. That is a downgrade of epic proportions. And you know what? Forget about the fact that this is live service. What makes you think that single player is sacred? Single player will be put on Xbox too. Listen, it is what it is. This will be my last PlayStation. Thank you, Herman Souls. Thank you, Hiroki Totoki. Thank you all for fucking up the brand. Well done. Fuck off.
Fucking up the brand. Fuck off, man. You think they give a fuck about you? They already got your money, and they're like, bye, bitch. But we all on the internet here clown this dude. I did, apparently. You said you did.
Hold
on.
Yeah.
Scroll back up to the top. There I see Nicola.
See, I respect this a lot more than
this moron. You respect
Marcel.
Yeah. You respect this, you bald man. Fuck you too, bald bitch. Like, what? I'm not gonna change my stance to follow a brand. What?
Gosh. Let's see.
I call Cap, but I 100% understand his pleasure.
My comments in there somewhere.
Yeah, mine too. Especially when he said that he might buy a PS5 Pro just to do the last hurrah, but don't buy, like, I guess, the PS6 or whatever. Bye, Felicia. That was a good one. What you could have did was went to your profile and then check replies, and it would be there.
Well, this is on my other account. That's on my other browser. Yeah, there it is.
There he goes.
Over one game that obviously needs more players. Really?
Yes, it does need more players.
Need players. Yes.
Super Earth has been losing for a good while now. The player base has reduced a lot. It needs more players. Like, eventually, if it didn't come to Xbox, eventually the game would have to get shut down or whatever because there wouldn't be enough players on there. Like, Super Earth would have lost, right? Yeah. Like, and in case people don't know what we're talking about, it's kind of like Chrome Hounds or other games like that where every time you win a match, right, there's like a war going on different planets and stuff, and you see it on like the galactic map, right?
Yeah,
and
it's an ongoing war, yeah.
It's an ongoing war, and because it's just PvE. Right, so everybody plays together in co-op in teams or single player if it's just you. I guess I don't know if they have a single player where you fight alone, but I assume, right? But anyway, right, like you play online and you fight these, these aliens or the automatons. I know they got two different other ones now too. They have like a fourth one they added a while ago. So like you have to fight and then on the map, right, it shows as the Helldivers, the players. Win matches and stuff, like the planets start to get, desanitized or whatever.
Yeah.
And they take over the planet, and there's like a line, like the line of like this their side, this is our side. We're pushing the line. We're encroaching in their territory. We're taking over land and stuff, right? And the more players play and win,
we just
right,
said this earlier.
the more it picks up. But if you lose a lot, or if there's not enough people to fight, they start losing. And they've been losing for a while now because the game isn't hot shit to them anymore. So they and plus the PlayStation community, we already know that that whole game was being held up by the PC community. Yeah. Everyone's really embraced it and made it successful in the first place.
Yeah.
Damn sure it wasn't the PlayStation guys. And everybody always said, because I know I said it, you said, I think Realist said it. This is the type of game that would have been more tailor-made for the Xbox community, because they would have embraced it since day one. So saying it was on PC, PC's the one who carried the game, and damn sure wasn't these PlayStation clowns. So this,
I like this one.
More on here.
I like this
Cody,
one.
He can go fuck himself.
I like this one. It's like, wait, PlayStation games going to PC is fine, but PlayStation games going to Xbox is crossing the line for you.
Exactly. They've already been losing that battle anyway.
Oh my
the cat. Look at the cat's face. Like, what the fuck?
The fuck? Oh my gosh. Ah.
Yeah. Yo, bro. It's a balance after what happened yesterday, bro. A great balance, right? Like, because, you know, I guess we may as well talk about it now, you know, what happened yesterday. But, like, they canceled 2 games, right? One, we've never seen anything of gameplay of the game. We've only seen, like CG cutscenes.
What,
and that's Everwild, right?
Yeah.
Right. Nobody even knows what type of game it really was.
Yeah, but people were still hyped over because it's these magical fairy tale games and everything that we rarely get these days. And then to get again,
but
get canceled just like Scalebound, you know?
Yeah, but people were excited for it, but nobody ever knew because they never told us what kind of game it was. We just know it looked cool, but it had been many years now, like at least 5 on the low end. I think it was like 6
I think it was longer than that.
It's and saying 5 is just a safe number.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's been this long. We still don't even know what type of game it is. We've never seen actual game footage.
No.
Unlike last year with the other game that got canceled.
Perfect Dark. Yeah.
Now, there's a game that's been in development about as long, if not even longer, that we know for sure it's been like 7 years or so, right? We've seen footage of it last year, right?
Yeah.
At the showcase it was, right?
Yeah.
So, like, this year when they canceled it was kind of like, oh, and a lot of people are mad. And there were a couple of Xbox dudes who were doing the same thing as this PlayStation guy, right?
Yeah.
And we don't respect that either, right? Don't respect that no matter what. You're a fucking clown
clowns,
for one game. It's actually 2 games, but most of them are just mad about this one game, Perfect Dark. And I get it. Y'all wanted Perfect Dark. I wanted Perfect Dark, right? We need a game like that. It's been a minute, right?
Just I mean, with these closures that we've seen and the cancellation in games, I mean, at some point, you got to get this into the heist on this, right? Just get used to it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I have a long list of games that I want, and I have not seen any information on it ever since they got announced, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Project Mara?
Backlog of crazy shit to play.
What happened to Project Mara?
Right, we don't even know what Project Mara is.
Right, we don't know what it is, but it sounded cool, right?
Yeah, it sounded cool.
It sounded cool. What happened to OD? What about OD? What happened to that?
OD.
Nothing.
Yeah, at least is been more recent, but we haven't heard nothing yet.
Nothing. Where's nothing there? That could be canceled one of these days.
Right. So there was
one back early in the Xbox One days that was hyped up for, right?
Xbox One.
It was early Xbox One days. I was hyped up for. It had to do with Little Red Riding Hood, right? There was a game about Little Red Riding Hood, and it was a dark take of the game, right?
I vaguely remember that.
I think it was called Wolf. I think it was just simple called Wolf, right?
Oh yeah, like because of the wolf, Red Riding Hood, right? Her enemy is the wolf.
It was called Wolf.
You played as the wolf,
and it had I don't know what you play as. They just showed CG screens, right?
It looked cool.
It looked awesome. So I had it, and I kept looking like, man, when is this game coming out? When is this game? Eventually, it's just like I gave up. It's like, dude, they never announced anything with it, right? They never did any follow-ups or nothing. It was just disappeared, and it's hard to find the video online. Oh, and now I try when I mark down a wish list on my because I have an Excel file, right? I got a spreadsheet. I got a spreadsheet of all the games that I want, even ones that they probably gave up on, right? I'm trying to get in a habit of saving a link to their YouTube video, because that way I can go back and show like, dude, what happened to this game? Right? Look at this video here. It's like, how do you not want this game to be real? Right? But I mean, people need to start just accepting that these things are going to happen, that the studios are going to close. They don't last long like they used to. And games are going to get canceled because financial reasons or whatever reasons.
But see, it's not even that these people are incapable or not of understanding this. It's not like they're like mentally.
Well, they act like that's the only game bringing them to a platform. Because if a game like Perfect Dark gets canceled, oh no, that's it. I'm done with the Xbox, because all the other stuff that's going on really doesn't matter, right? Then
nope.
Is that how it goes? You put all your chips, everything in your little basket on Perfect Dark, right? And now that that's not happening, oh no, that's it. I'm done.
A series that ain't been shit since the N64 days was the first game was the only good one, right? Because remember at the launch of the 360 at Perfect Dark Zero, that game was ass. Horrible aiming controls, bad frame rate, all types of shit. They never really fixed it, right? Like, and so we've been waiting on this game. You know, it had a lot of elements of Splinter Cell and other things because we've been waiting for Splinter Cell for so long, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't happen. So last year when they showed the footage, it brought more, you know, hope out there because we hadn't heard anything for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, but dude, and even this here, like, I see a lot of stuff here that's been scratched off that is like not really accurate. Okay, there was a Blizzard game. There was a couple of things here and there, but a lot of this, it's like,
I wonder what Poe's feeling. I think he's done with Xbox too.
10 plus games got, including no games already released. All the other colors are or what now on PlayStation? No, they're not. All these other games that are not coming to PlayStation, period. Right? They're just not. Most of these, like, there's a couple of here, like the Call of Duties and stuff. But like, what really happened was 2 games got canceled. Yeah. One studio got like half of them hit, right? That's Turn 10, right? From Forza, because they just did Forza, the last one. I didn't do too well. They did all right, but didn't do as well as the others have, right? And meanwhile, Horizon is the hot shit.
Horizon's fun. I mean, I guess because
the one that's been leading the franchise.
Motorsport is just, it's too sim,
right? You know I mean? And people like Horizon more, right?
It's
so that's been more successful,
right?
Anyway,
it's more arcadey fun. It's then. Like, don't get me wrong. I used to be like, before Horizon, I was a big fan of motorsports, right? I always got it every year, right? But now that we got a taste of Horizon, I mean, that's just more fun, right?
Yes, it is.
And it's hard to go back to a sim game that's like, okay, that's just way too sim for me.
Right? I think that's part of the reason why Microsoft did this. Maybe they saw, like, somebody up top, I feel, right, was counting the numbers and shit. And you know how it is. Anytime there's like record profits or whatever, which just recently happened.
Yeah.
You know, in a couple months or so, in like a month plus, there's going to be a bunch of layoffs because there's no way they could repeat that once again. But at the same time, they have to. So what they do is they fire a bunch of people, leave the people who remain to have to pick up the slack, right? That way you're paying less money in salaries. So that way on your reports, it says you're making more money because you spent less than you did last time, and you've made.
But they still brag about making a lot of money even before the firings. That's what gets that's what gets a lot of people pissed off. Is that, you know, a quarter before, you know, they're pounding their chests about, you know, we made X amount of billions of dollars in gaming revenue and profits, and then the following month, oh, we're gonna chop off 4%, 5% of our workforce.
That's why these gamers have to stop saying we. Because you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
The platform is. Now, see, at the same time, too, this goes back to what I was saying. A lot of these people are just so ingrained with a platform. That's all they know and see. And if that platform isn't winning, try to get some shine off of it in, you know, right? Or like that guy whose video we were just watching, right? Like, to him, the reason why he's leaving is because it's not the hot shit to brag about anymore. It's not the PlayStation of old that he used to. It's not about the games. We know this already. We already know these PlayStation guys don't pick up and play these games as much as they claim, right? The game sales aren't high as
they
all
talk
that.
For themselves.
They said so themselves. Yeah. This is why they're putting their games on PC. That's what Shuhei Yoshida said in that interview. We know it's to be a fact because they said so, right? But even before they did, we already knew, right? So, like, that's what they do. That's what they do. They're going to put it out wherever they can and make money. But these PlayStation fanboys will just say whatever. They just want to be down with the winning team so they can floss over the other guys, whoever those other guys are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If a PlayStation and Xbox, they're the ones who've been directly competing since there's been an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going at it because they market to the same consumers, right? They're in more direct competition than either one is with Nintendo. So when you look at it, it's just like, bro, you're warring. And you think because now we're getting a game you had since last year and you're not even playing that much anymore. That's why Super Earth is losing on the map now and has been for a while.
Poor Super Earth, man. We got to save Super Earth. Why wait till August? Get the game out now, you know?
Hey, I bought it today, so I'm ready when it comes out.
Where'd you get it on Xbox or Steam?
I bought it on Steam.
Of course you did. God, what a jerk. No, it's fun.
What a jerk. I put on my handheld later on. That's good. That's good. Right? So, but it just goes to show, like, this is all the immature crap. It's about flossing to them.
I wonder if it's gonna be a Play Anywhere game.
Ingrained. No, it's not. If it was, I would have bought it on Xbox. That's why I didn't buy it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Like that. Right? I bought it from Steam because it's not Play
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Another question I have. I wonder if it's gonna be cross progression.
Yeah. It's cross play.
No, not cross play, progression.
So, like, your login on the PlayStation version, I'm pretty sure you could use that on the Xbox version.
Well, depending. Remember the big mess that happened with the PC and signing into PlayStation. Nobody wanted it, and everybody make a big thing about it, and they stopped it. So now, when you're on PC, you're on your PC account. You're not in the PlayStation.
Right, but that's because, well, on PC you normally don't have a name unless you're. But they can figure that out even on Xbox. But I'm thinking on Xbox, like, once you're on Xbox Live, they're gonna handle the rest behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Will it?
But will you have to sign into a PlayStation account?
I don't know. I don't
think so. But if they do require a sign in, I mean, which I don't care because I have it.
Right.
I want whatever I progress in PlayStation to follow along with me on Xbox.
As long as you can log into that same account, there should be no reason why you can't.
But if it's a standalone account where Xbox is just the Xbox, then I have to start from scratch.
All I know is that it is crossplay. So
yeah, crossplay, yes, it's fine. But I'm talking about the progression. Like,
no, I follow. But all I can say is that I know it's crossplay. I can't say that I know that will be.
Because I'm a very high, like level 15 right now.
15. I heard the highest level is like 150, but you're very high level 15.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very high level 15.
You're a tenth of where you need to be at the top to get to the top. That's pretty good. Not at all. But
I mean the levels really doesn't matter. It's the equipment that you have that you're able to.
It's like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, of course, we feel sorry for all those people.
No, it sucks, man. Because I know I'm still laid off, man. Yeah.
We know. We
4
both
months
know.
in.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what it is. But all these other people, like, their toxicity, their biases, one way or another. And of course, all these PlayStation guys with no balls, all of a sudden, there's always a couple of them who did just what that PlayStation guy did.
Yeah.
Or Xbox is fucking up. They're done. All for one game.
All for one game. Yes.
All for one game.
All this dramatics for one game. Right.
Yeah, for one game. And I was talking to a homie about this in a space yesterday. A dude, I'm like, bro, you're in your emotions right now. You're upset. That's all this is. And he's like, what the fuck? But he understood me later, but in and of the moment.
You should have told him, don't worry, you'll get used to it, just like all the Xbox fans do. Right? Because
I don't know, because all this other stuff, but this was the thing
at some point,
said.
PlayStation is going to pull the same things that Xbox is doing, at some point.
They always
maybe
do.
not as fast, but it seems like that's where it's going now.
Absolutely. You're 100% correct. And so these guys, like, bro,
it's like, so all that hurt, just, you know what? It's time to just get used to it and accept that this is the path that Sony's taking. Maybe not as quick as Xbox, but they're going to get there at some point.
They're going to get there. And remember, that was yesterday. So to wake up and then to see that Helldivers 2 is coming to like the next day, that instantly completely negated all that negative bullshit, right? Because when you think about it, if anybody had to actually sit and think about it, which I never did, that was the one detail I never did, right? This game, at least Perfect Dark, right, had been in works for years. The one detail about it was that we've seen it last year. But had we not seen it last year, and they decided to cancel it this year, would it have been a big deal? Like, I'm sure some people would have been upset, but I don't think it would have been as big of a deal. But the press, of course, Christopher Dring, you know, all the names you know.
The same people.
All the same freaking, man, I
doom and gloom. It's doom and gloom, as always.
It's doom and gloom, except I wanted a wittier insult for these troglodytes. But anyway, like, you know, they do the same old thing for the clicks and views, right?
Yeah.
You know, contradicting, you know, previous statements and known factual information about what's going on in certain elements, right? Just for today, for this to happen, right? And it just exposes, and not just people in the press, the mustard hearts, right? Like the pony bots. These dudes who sit there and say this crap all the time, like they flip all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. This was over one game. We've seen in action one time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk that was fake, which I don't believe. Right? I think that's just depressing shit. You know, just trying to add fuel to the fire.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Right? Because it seemed like it was gameplay to me, but maybe it wasn't. But it was supposed to be a vertical slice. A vertical slice is supposed to be a working piece of the game code, like a section that works. You know, like the legendary demo they did for Halo 2, which got released like 2 years ago. That got leaked out like 2 years ago, right? That was what they call a vertical slice. It was actually game code that ran on the original Xbox, or at least a PC that of equivalent, you know, stats. We know this is real because, like I said, it got leaked out a year or two ago, or whatever. We know it's real, but these detractors are trying to act like it's not that. It's like it was like a CG video where they kind of made it look like, you know, like what they did with Killzone 2 way back in the day when they announced the PS3, right? Like that. Like they're trying to act like it was that level of duplicity when I don't think anybody has proven that. But of course, Kotaku and Christopher Dring and all the troglodytes, you know, out of the press who love to try to dunk on Xbox because they're fanboys themselves, right?
Yeah.
This is the crap that they were putting out there, right? They tried to misrepresent the whole situation. Of course, incredibly stupid every time. But then, you know, we wake up and we see this shit and it's just like, there you go, dummy. We got your game instead. We'll play that.
Post says, the dream dude needs to be bitch slapped. He looks so annoying.
Yeah. Maybe if he was bitch slapped hard enough, his eyes will get straight.
Man, what have you been playing lately?
The same dude. Oh, I'll tell you in a second, but this is the same dude. I think last year or just before the Xbox showcase, right? He was saying something like, "Oh, I heard they're canceling this and that and blah blah blah." And if you remember the footage at the time, he had that look in his face, like you could tell he was lying, like he was just making up some shit, right? Because he was amongst his PlayStation fanboy, you know, press guys, and he was putting that, you know, false info out there. Same thing.
I mean, I guess it gotta be tough to be like covering gaming 24/7. That it to the point where you have to make up stuff, right?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's the fact that they think what I believe it is. I think they make more clicks and views when they do that stuff, right? It gets more people to read the articles, watch the videos, right? That's what these people do. They say wild stuff in the headlines or whatever, sensationalized stuff.
Yeah.
I'll make you go and say, huh, what's this? And go check it out. So that's what I think that is.
What happened? Let me see. Let me check this guy out.
Yep.
Okay, first of all, now that you've had your hands dirty with the Switch, how are you feeling? I know I asked you last time, but now you put more time into it. Yes. Or at least I'm assuming you did.
Yes, I did.
And?
So what had happened was I still feel the fucking same way. Like, it's a pain in the ass to hold. I leave it docked like everybody else does. Now I see why they do that, right? Like, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. Yeah. I'm playing Zelda. I'm having a ball. That's what I've been playing. When you asked me earlier what I've been playing.
Oh,
Zelda
did you
Breath
see
of
the
the Wild.
comment that
Oh
somebody?
yeah.
This
He was
dude
like, you don't
doesn't
know what he's
play.
talking about.
This dude doesn't play Zelda. He said
He
he
literally
does.
said that.
It's like, dude,
Yeah,
I
he
said I
said you
played
tried
it.
it once or twice. Yeah,
Didn't
you
like
said you tried it a little bit and you don't like it. So of course you know I'm not gonna know the details. You didn't get far in it. Of course I know what I'm talking about. So
I got to
said
I got to
like
the
it.
point of the only detail I didn't like was that I need a coat and like I need winter items.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I was
I'm
explaining
turned
that to
off
you.
with
Yeah.
that because I don't want to play a game like that. I'm done.
Right. That's what
You
you
know.
said. I remember that. Right. And I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. But you know, these fanboys, if it's Nintendo,
They hate it.
whatever,
You can't
bro,
talk bad about Zelda, man. You can't talk
you
bad.
can't talk bad about anything. These fanboys. That's the problem with fanboys.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter the platform, right? You can't talk bad about the thing they love, and they will come after you. They will come after you. That's all it is. Every freaking time.
So Zelda's been like the only thing that's caught your attention.
Really, I've been playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I beat 3 of the Divine Beasts. There's 1 more left, and then I'm gonna start doing some quests and stuff to make sure I have Master Sword and other items to go do, to beat Ganon finally in Hyrule Castle, wherever it is at. So yeah, man, still fun. The game is fun, but that's also because it's 60 frames on these other things now. But really, the system in and of itself, it's still not like blowing my mind or anything like that. We've seen all the reports now of the screens and stuff, right? Which I remember when I was in the space that the stream that we did for it was me and Bing and Kieran. We did one during the Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember saying in the middle of it, because if you watch the video, you'll see. I remember saying just before they said this
That the Switch sucks.
No, that the screen was 120 hertz and this and that and blah blah blah. I had just said, man, if they make a 1080p screen, that's gonna be pretty good. And if it's HDR and 120 hertz and VRR and stuff like that, that would be icing on the cake, man. That would definitely make me say, oh, okay, Nintendo, you're doing more than I expected, right? But I always had a low expectation, and so when that part of the announcement came out that they did exactly that, and it happened like right after, as if they were answering me directly. Right, I swear that whole event, everything that happened almost felt like they were answering me directly for everything that I said that I wanted. That if they had these things XYZ, I'll buy it, right?
Yeah,
and indeed I did. But like I said, I found out afterwards a lot of the truths that they didn't say at that time. The truth, the multiple true things about the system, and boy, did I grew over Bing. In terms of like,
I know you were saying that.
Like, he came away happy from that thing, right? I had left to go do.
You just had a piss in his Cheerios, huh?
I came back with bad news, pissing in his Cheerios, bro, and I feel bad about it because Bing is a good dude. That's my homie, bro, right? But like, hey, that's Nintendo for you, dude. That's Nintendo for you. Like, they always gotta disappoint in some stupid way that they shouldn't.
Yeah,
but. And so, and a lot of people complaining now about the screen and stuff. And that screen does not look too good, but I don't even freaking care because I dock it. And I see why. I'll probably never leave it out that dock ever again.
My kids, even my older kids, like, dude, that thing's trash. My older one is like, that's trash. Is like, he's asking me, are you gonna get it? Like, nope, I'm not planning to get any more Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting any more Nintendo platforms after this one. But, they do have little arcade games here and there that are exclusive to the platform and shit like that. Or I might even double dip like they did. Air Combat 22 was like the arcade version of Ace Combat before Ace Combat was a console game, right? They have that on Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, but not PC. Otherwise, I would have bought that there. So I'll probably get that. I bought the Xbox version. I'm probably gonna get the Switch version just to have a game. A couple of little retro games here and there that I'll buy to have, or even to double dip on, because I don't know. I just love those games, so that they can get that extra money on me, and it's not expensive or anything. I really like those indie things. But in terms of Nintendo games, like when I think about what I plan to play on this system,
get those Pokemon games.
No, I don't care about none of that. I got 2 Zeldas. I'm beating one, and I have a whole other one that just came out. I want to see a proper Mario. I want that DK. That DK looks fine. I'm not saying it's a bad game or nothing. I will never buy that DK on principle. Please don't gift it to me or nothing. Please do not. So I already put and you know me, I'm 10 toes down with whatever I say. If I say I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it because I'm a man of my word, like the Joker. But You remember that?
Mhm.
Word. Yeah, that's me, right? So like I'm not saying the game is bad or anything, but that's clearly was, and I knew it at the time, and all the true gamers knew, and they've since confirmed, right, that this was a Mario game that at some point during production they said, you know what, screw it, let's let this a DK game instead, and they adapted things, and now it's more a DK.
They
game.
reskinned
I'm sure
it.
it's a fine game. No, it was more than just that, but yeah, you would say that reskin, right? So like that's fine.
I wouldn't be
The game
surprised they
looks
put a
cool.
DLC
Okay.
where you can switch everything to Mario mode.
Back to the Mario it was, right?
Yeah.
Because I just saw a post, I think today, of all the lists of all the developers that are involved in it. They're all the internal development teams that usually deal with Mario. This literally is a Mario game that they converted to a DK game. We have proof now. Everything that the gamers surmised that they could tell from looking has been confirmed. Basically,
Yeah.
This was a Mario game. They decided at some point to change it to a DK game itself. And once again, not shitting in the game. The action game looks dope, but I'm not messing with that. I wanted a Mario game. Now, if a Mario game was to come out, a new one, I still need to get Odyssey because Digital Foundry just did a video today about the improvements when you play it on Switch 2.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm sure it looks great there, and maybe I might get that. Right. Yeah. Because after the Zeldas, I definitely want some Mario. I'm more of a Mario fan than a Zelda fan. That's why the first thing I bought was a used copy of Mario Maker 2, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see if I buy anything cartridge wise or any big games. But
Poe's
I don't
asking,
really see it happening.
you can have only one, a Switch 2 or Xbox Ally X. What would you choose? For me,
Xbox Ally X, obviously.
Xbox, just because, not because of, well, he's talking about the Switch, but no, I'm literally done with the Switch and the PlayStation. I've been saying that for the longest time, right? That I just don't have time for it. I mean, I keep saying that all the time. I just don't have time for it. And it proves it right now that, I don't have PSN. I can't play any online games. There's only one online game that I like playing. That's Helldivers. And I'm not even paying for that. And I don't think it's worth getting PSN. And the Switch is just like either the kids are just getting bored with it. And I lost interest in it a long time ago. There's no purpose for me to get a Switch 2 at all. Right now, I've always wanted a mobile device. I just never thought the current ones in the market were even worth it for me, right? Because I always complain about how the current ones have the full-blown Windows on it, and I don't want Windows on it, right? I want a closed system, some sort of closed system, or some sort of interface that lets me power it up like an Xbox and choose my games like an Xbox, right? Which is the Ally X. It's going to have, right? It's going to have an interface.
Yes.
That has some sort of.
Speaking of which.
So that's what I want.
Xbox app.
So if I get if I get a job anytime soon, then I will be saving up for that.
That's cool. Like the Xbox app, like for example on PC, if you're in the insider for the Xbox app on PC, right? Last week, or was it early? Last week. It was when they updated. So now it detects your Steam games now.
Oh, does it?
And your Epic games, I think. Yeah, your Epic games, your Ubisoft. Okay, Ubisoft was already there, right? It was already integrated all along. The EA app now, I think that was there too. But now the Steam games and Epic are added there. The only one they're missing is GOG and Amazon.
Yeah.
Right? But it auto detects all my Steam games that are installed. Nice. So I don't know if I showed you the picture, but basically I installed Spider-Man 1 on my PC just to take a picture of the what do you call it? Of the game on the Xbox app. Yeah. There's pictures of it all over the internet, right? Like that's what they did. They proved that PlayStation's software that's on Steam can be played on that Xbox device when it comes out.
Yeah.
Later this year.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm already sold on that because I like the Steam Deck, but I didn't like the Steam OS in the terms of its limits in terms of its game compatibility because it wasn't Windows. Yeah. But at the same time, Windows has its own complexities that you were just mentioning. You want a simple interface. So the best thing about all of this because the hardware on that handheld, it's the best that's going to be out, right? Yeah, and that's cool and all. But the thing I'm really interested in is the software, right? The the changes they're doing to Windows. Like, for example, the controller is a tier 1 interface equivalent to the mouse and the keyboard, meaning when there's a USAC prompt or your login, all that other stuff where only keyboard and mouse works and a controller doesn't, no, a controller will be recognized at the same level as a keyboard or mouse now in Windows at the lowest levels, right?
Yeah.
So a controller will always work in the interface no matter what's running or what's not.
Kind of like it is on Xbox when you get a text prompt.
Yes.
The keyboard pops up and you just select your letters.
Exactly. Just like they do on the Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
But there's no desktop running. Oh, Explorer EXE isn't running in the taskbar and the tray and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then all the apps that will be running to support all of that, like the clock and all these other apps you run in the background. No. All that stuff doesn't have to run. But at the same time, if you want to go into full-blown Windows as an option for that, just like they did on the Steam Deck, with the Linux, because it's running Linux, and you can go into the desktop Linux, and it's very much like Windows with a start menu and apps and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to go into proper Windows, and this is where, like, I have all my emulation already configured on my PC, right? Because I did it from the PC before last, right? Up until this PC, those previous PCs I ran at 1080p, right? So I configured all my emulation and stuff for 1080p, and I haven't really adjusted any of them when I got this 4K PC put together, right? 2 years ago now. So all I got to do for my emulation and stuff is copy over my emulation folder, right?
Yeah.
On my desktop PC, because they're all configured, right into the handle. I can copy it to a stick, do it over the network or whatever, and all my emulation, all my stuff is already configured. I've been a part of the emulation community since 1997. I used to know a lot of the developers in the main team and stuff, right? I used to hang out in the IRC channels and stuff back in the day. I know these people. I know how emulators work. So I already have all my stuff all hooked up the way I like it, with a simple interface with controllers and stuff, all done. So I can just copy that over right into my ROG Ally X, Xbox Ally X, right? And I'll have all that stuff. All the Xbox games will be there. The Steam stuff is there. All the things I want to do will just be there. And there's a lot of hope that, they can get Xbox like 360 software, maybe Xbox One software running on this hardware via some sort of internal emulator, a lot like what allows the Xbox Series to run 360 games.
Yeah.
Similar to that. The handheld, the hardware itself isn't really like the main attraction. Yeah, it seems like it's big and cumbersome looking, but the controls look like they're comfortable though. Unlike the Switch or Switch 2, like I was saying. And I was saying it as a joke, but I mean, like, in comparison, I'm having that bad experience over there. This is looking like they're specifically addressing that. Like, I like in the video when they explain how they show you a white ROG Ally, the original, and they show you an Xbox controller or white. And they were like, we're going to take this, the ROG Ally, and you're going to take this, the Xbox controller, and merge it into one. A lot like when you see, like, the PS Portal. It really looks like they took an LCD screen and took a PS5 controller and they sliced it in half and just stuck them on. It's stuck on the sides, right? This is a lot like that, but more refined. It looks better, right? Like the screen is more up front, and then the handles are more like to the back of it almost, right? But the hardware and the chip and all of that, it's the same screen that's been on my original ROG Ally and the Ally X. So for 3 handhelds in a row, they're using the same screen, right? And only because they can't find an OLED yet that could do everything that one did and still be OLED and doesn't waste a lot of power and stuff, right? Yeah. So I don't knock that. No, the technology just doesn't exist yet. Nobody's making a display with all those specs, because if such a display existed, I guarantee they would be using it, and so would their competition, right? So that's fine. The hardware is where it needs to be. The magic is all in the software. So the version of Windows is doing the same thing as SteamOS does, right? It boots directly into the Xbox app with no desktop, no nothing eating up memory and processor and the battery and all that shit. And it takes forever to load. And, it doesn't have a good sleep mode like the consoles or the Steam Deck does. We can hit the button and then it can come back on immediately, right? Like Windows wasn't made, it could sleep and all that stuff, but the resume isn't, it's not the same where it's instant in a second, right? I could pick up my Switch right now because I left Zelda paused. I saved my game.
Pause.
Okay, you hear that?
Nope.
This system is pretty damn quiet. But yeah, look, I'm right in the menu of Zelda, right at the save menu after I already saved, right? Because I hit the button, it was a quick resume, but it's just like I hit the power button, it was on, right? But like they could finally do that now, right? But and then at the same time too, it's a powerful little computer. All they really need now is a good dock, right? And then some people could use that as their desktop PC. That's all they'll really need. Yeah. Because most people don't need a PC to do a lot of crazy stuff, right?
No, I mean when you guys talked about mobile stuff and you and Legal and the realists, you know, you guys are the only ones that I know that have these mobile devices, and I just never was convinced. It's like I want something that I get the same like satisfaction as an Xbox. I want to turn it on, set it up, and be done. That's it. Yes. Right? Yes. That's what I want in a mobile device. Right? Yeah. And that's what's coming. That's all that's Xbox related. You know, all the other ones that are out in the market right now, it just didn't seem like you could just do that. Right? Not with a lot of ease. Right. There are ways to do it, but it's not easy. And then, they do have software that makes it simpler, but now it's going to be there. And the great thing about these updates to Windows, everybody is getting it. It's not just for this handheld. It's for Windows in and of itself. Windows is changing to have these features and functionality. So now my desktop PC, right? You know, I used to have a lot of I used to use it as a server for MB, which is like Plex and other things. I bought a little mini PC to offload all those things. So my desktop doesn't need to be running all the time, right? Now it could be more console-less. So if this Xbox update, I see Realist in the thing, he's saying something. Hopefully he's coming or he's explaining himself. But anyway, so I don't have to worry about that stuff, right? It will just work even on my I can have all that functionality on my desktop. Now, the only thing that I would like them have added, and I know this is just wishful thinking here. What's that? Would have been a slot for the expansion card. Right. For the ones that I'm using right now, where I don't have to download or cloud anything. It's just I put my expansion card that I have games on it right now and just play. Right. If they had a handheld version of the Xbox, because you said that, and I'm making this in space all the time, and I always give you credit for it because that was an ingenious idea. I really do. That would have been sweet. Yeah, but they're unfortunately not doing that. But I mean, I get it. Get USB sticks and get a general, because the port is Thunderbolt. One of the two ports up top is Thunderbolt. And there's a lot of those USB sticks that are really fast now that will be, similar, not the same extent of speed, but more within that range of speed. So maybe you'll get like a similar experience with a really good like Thunderbolt USB stick. Ouch. Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah. That would be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, if I get a job soon, then I'll be in the market for one of these guys. The black one, of course. I ain't got the white one. Black one, of course. Why would I want the white one? I don't like white devices anyways. Me neither. If the original ROG Ally had a black version, I would have bought a black version, but they didn't, right? So I didn't. But it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't wait to see it though. I just don't. My only criticism of it now is that I wish it had a camera on the front, right? But other than that, it's fine. Yeah. That's the only thing it doesn't have. And I would like to see a really good dock. Oh, Realist is here. And I would like to see a really good dock. Wait, that would be great. You know what I don't see is your guys' chat widget. Why isn't it showing? What chat widget? Oh, on the video itself? Yeah, I don't see your guys' little bubble heads that we have for Discord. I wonder why it's not showing. I just noticed it. Maybe you disabled the always on top or something, and then refresh. Let me refresh. Meanwhile, he's figuring that out. What's up, Realist? I guess Google can still hear you guys because it's all about the audio. Yeah. The audio is fine. Because you checked before, so yeah. And then Google, he would have said something like if he couldn't hear long ago. Yeah, long ago, not this whole time. Because he's been addressing things we said, so we know he can hear us. But yeah, Realist, what's up with you, broski? Yeah,
I forgot what day of the week it was.
I figured you were gonna, but I called you just before the show. You know, I always.
You called me, man. I left my phone in the truck.
Oh, because it went to voicemail. I'm like, did he?
It's probably dead.
Or did he no, it rang. It rang before it went to voicemail.
It's pretty solid on battery life, but it'll probably be dead. I didn't charge it today.
Oh,
And why not?
you're here though. So what's up, homie?
Yeah, man, nothing. Just, man, I've been sad, bro.
Don't be sad. You need a hug? I'll be right over.
Yeah, I need Phil Spencer to give me a hug and tell me everything's okay.
It's doom and gloom, baby. Doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom.
I mean, Xbox is dead.
Of course.
No, honestly, man, Perfect Dark. That was kind of. I hated to see that. And then if it's true that that wasn't real gameplay, it's like we're back to Xbox mismanagement again.
Yeah.
When they finally got like a solid cadence and release schedule. The word is there's so many games, they just put them out there and just let them do what they do, because no matter, like, if they wait longer, it's just going to create more of a backlog for releases. But it's still Xbox mismanagement. Like, it's all about the things that don't go right compared to the things that do.
As always.
Yeah. That's how it goes. But so like I said, we never talked about, like, at the beginning, like we always do, about what are we playing or anything like that. Yeah. So I still got my Stalker 2 on pause, right? Because I've been playing a crap load of Avowed, right? And I think I got...
Did you yet?
No, Avowed? No. I think I'm on the fourth map, I think I'm on the fourth map. And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to pause on this one, Avowed, for a bit. Right? Let me give myself a little break, because I've been playing a lot of Avowed. And I explore a lot, too, to try to rank up my guy. And then I started Atomfall. And I honestly didn't know what Atomfall really was. I saw the trailer. I'm like, okay, that game looks cool. That's all I went off. Once I see a trailer that I'm interested in, or a game trailer that I'm interested in, I don't need to see anything else. That is it. I don't want to know anything about it, because I'm already in. So I started Atomfall, and I was lost. I had no idea what to do. This game did not, at default, does not give you any guidance whatsoever of where to go. You get these missions, or leads is what they call it. They call it leads, not missions or quests. And you do it. And that's it. Like, you don't know where you need to go. It just says you need to go to this specific place. It's like, okay, where's my indicator on my map? You don't get one. Right? You usually have a pointer, right? A waypoint to figure out where to go. This one doesn't have it on your default difficulty list settings, right? Which is, for me, it's normal. I've always put it on normal. And I'm like, where do I go? What am I doing? I have no idea what's going on with this freaking game with Atomfall. So I was watching a video to kind of get an understanding. And he said it right. This game is like between Stalker and Fallout, where Fallout, you just kind of explore and you loot and everything, to better your guy. You get into these little skirmishes, which what you do in there. But it's Stalker too, because Stalker is like a big exploration. And I was like, okay, I need to dumb it down a bit, like the difficulty, to the point where I have to see the way, like where I need to go. I need a little bit of guidance, because that type of game where you don't get any guidance at the normal level, I won't play that. I won't play the game, because I'll lose interest quick if the game's like that. Right? And so I had to dumb it down to an easier level so I can get some waypoints, because it's like, I need to know where I need to go and what I need to do. Because on my own, I just won't do it, because I don't have that sort of time to just kind of, I guess I'll just figure it out.
Exactly.
Right? I guess I'll just figure it out. Like, no, I need to dumb it down. And so now that I played a few hours of that, because I did a lot of missions on that one. It's like, you know what? I need something more linear, right now, because Stalker's open world. Avowed is sort of open world. Atomfall, another open world. It's like, nah, I need something more linear right now to kind of put it in the mix. So I started RoboCop. RoboCop is fun.
Oh, RoboCop is fun. Nice.
Yeah, RoboCop is fun, man. But
and they talking about the DLC that's coming out pretty soon too. So
yeah, I like it.
You bought it on Xbox?
I bought it for like $10, man. I bought like $13.
Yeah, it was on sale. It was on sale. Do you got the DLC?
No, this is before that sale. It was like a few months ago.
Well, I'll get you the DLC.
So
definitely get you the DLC, bro.
But so I got a RoboCop, and no, it's
great
cool,
game.
man. It's great.
It's
game.
like the third movie that it should have been all along. That the third movie should have been, right? Won't spoil it for nobody, but like it really does take place right after the second movie, which I always liked the second movie. I was always a big fan.
The only thing I wish they did is when you're scanning things, like you're trying to investigate and you're scanning, just items around the map, that you have more of a sound effect to it. Because I barely hear the little bzzz, like he's scanning something with his visor.
Man, even the Bionic Man had better than that, man. You remember he had the
yeah, no, this on RoboCop, like you could barely hear like the scanning sound effect that RoboCop does. It's like, wait, why doesn't he have like I had to really turn up the volume. I was like, oh, he does have a scanning sound effect. It's just not loud enough, right? And but overall, I mean, the game is fun. It's cool.
Yeah, RoboCop is just it really fits.
It brings you back.
Like the vibe of the films. It puts you right in the in the kind of Detroit that they portray. With the cops and the corporation, OCP. Your typical big corporation doesn't care about anything but their profits and will fuck over the world to do it.
Oh yeah,
like truly great game, but it was more of like a AA game. It wasn't full. It wasn't a full $70 game. I don't even think it was $6. I think it was $50 or something. I forget, but it was a lower cost game. I remember at least that much at launch, not now when it's on sale all over the place, right? And it did well enough. They made their money, so now they on sale prices on most platforms. I'm sure on Steam right now it's on sale because Steam is doing their summer sale, which is another reason I bought Helldivers there. But yeah, RoboCop just really impressed. A lot of people. I mean, look at these graphics. It really looks like the movies.
Oh
the
yeah,
textures look nice and clean, nice high res, no crazy jaggies. They put the interlace effects when you're looking through his eyes.
Yeah,
right when he's zooming in and stuff. You see that interlace, with the lines and stuff, the scan lines and all that. Like, bro, it just really is. They got the voice work on point. His partner is there. I forget her name, Alice or whatever. She's there, like with the same actress, I think does her voice.
Yeah.
It's all there. It's all there, bro. And it's just it's really a RoboCop 3, but in video game form. But a good RoboCop 3, because RoboCop 3 in the movie was ass. This is actually what the movie should have been.
I actually want to watch the original too, just because of this. Again,
really, you never seen them?
No, I've seen them when I was a kid, but I haven't seen them since then, right?
Yeah.
And so I need to go back and look for. I think it's on like.
And even the Ford Tauruses that the cops were using, because it was funny with this movie, like that Ford Taurus wasn't out. It wasn't out yet. It wasn't out yet, right? Yeah. But what happened was, I guess the movie set had gotten access to them. So those cars look futuristic at the time, right? Yeah. Because they weren't on the road yet, right? When this movie came out. But then like right after the movie came out, they were everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So, like Crown Vics, when Crown Vics renewed, one of the cops had it, and then you saw it everywhere. Gosh. Yo, I saw a Crown Vic like a week or two ago when I was in New York, and I was like, and it was really clean and well kept. And I was saying to my girl, like, it's funny how Crown Vics are well kept. But anyway, tangents as always, right? Like you see those Tauruses in the game, right? Where the Tauruses are like the most futuristic vehicles you see, except for that, what do you call that? The SUX 6000. You remember at the end of the movie when he blew up his boys because they got a bunch of those because they got out of jail and they gave him the rifles to go hunt down RoboCop. And to prove that the weapon was good, he blew up his boy's car. The SUX 6000.
Oh yeah, the SUX. Yeah.
So all the cars in the film and in the game, right? Yeah. Look, like cars from the 80s, because RoboCop was the 80s film, except for the cop cars and the SUX 6000 that are in the game, in the environments. Everything else looks like it's the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That was a crazy thing with RoboCop and the cop uniforms too, right? But like they use regular guns. Everything is still like it's the 80s. It's just RoboCop, the cop cars, the cop outfits and stuff like that. That's futuristic. right? Everything else.
Oh,
was
I
still,
like they brought back the
games.
sergeant too, the black dude.
Yes, the black sergeant guy. Yes, he was always awesome. Always loved him.
Murphy.
Yeah, they got everybody they could, man. This was really a passion project. You could tell, and this is what games need to be again. Because a lot of these games that are put, it's just about money, and that's all they give a fuck about. But like, if you don't put more fucks into your game, man, put some more love in it. Like, people aren't buying games. There are too many games to choose from to be playing a bad game for any price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, RoboCop damn sure ain't a bad game. Freaking love this game. I need to get back to it.
Yeah, it's I'm enjoying it, man. Like every day I play at least an hour or so just to
for $10-15 too, man. You got it for a good
yeah, deal. I got it for a good deal because I had it on my wish list for a long time and almost bought it on the PlayStation at one point because it was really cheap at GameStop. Yeah. But I didn't. I was still like, man, I don't need to buy another game. I said I got plenty of games to play right now. And then I saw it on Xbox for sale for like $13 or $12. Like, dude, I could do that.
Yeah, man. We know you would have did that. You know me. You know I would have did that if I was in your shoes. And so I saw
$13. It's like,
yep,
it's so
buying that too.
I'm buying it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did with Starship Troopers. Man, I was like, oh, $13, $14, $15 at the most. I'm like, I'll get it, and then realize the game sucks.
Yeah, shame. It's like it's not like Steam where you could send it back, get your money back. But
well, I got the physical game of it, so I was like, I can always trade it in.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, realist.
I was gonna say, speaking of like Starship Troopers, taking on double dip on.
I am. Yes, I am. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier because I was telling him, I was like, dude, cause I am excited for Helldivers to come over to Xbox, right? I've always told my son, I was like, this game needs to come to Xbox, even way before this was announced. It's like it just needs to come because it just makes sense, right? And then it happens today. And the funny thing, he came over. He came over this morning to wake me up. He's like, Dad, Helldivers is coming to Xbox. And I guess I didn't understand what he said. I just said, I was just grunting, right? And then I did something in the morning, and I came back home, and I was watching some videos, catching up, and like, Helldivers. I was like, hey, come here, Mateo, come here. He's like, what? Dude, look, Helldivers are coming to Xbox. He's like, yes, I told you this morning. He's like, I told you this morning. He's like, sweet. He's like, are you going to get it? It's like,
he was so disappointed in you. I'm sure he was so disappointed. Yeah. I can imagine the look on his face. I don't know your son like that, but I can only imagine the look on his face when he's like, yeah, I told you that this morning.
I was like, oh, maybe I wasn't awake yet, And so, yeah, like I was telling you sick earlier, man. It's like, I'll double dip. It's like, because I don't have PSN right now active on my PlayStation, and every now and then I'll get a month here, a month there. That way I can start playing Helldivers again. That's the only reason why I play online is because of Helldivers. But I don't want to spend a whole year of it, like a subscription to PSN because I rarely get on it. It's like, you know what? I don't play enough online games on that thing. I'm not gonna buy it. But when I saw this today, I'm like, well, then I'll just buy the game, right? It comes out cheaper than getting PSN. Right? I say I already got Ultimate here, so I'm getting on Xbox. So yeah, I'll double dip, baby. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it twice. I don't play it enough. Like you like it a lot?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the only time I play was my son. That's the only time when I played. We have a great time. He gets all mad at me because I don't do the objectives.
Right, because I mean, a lot of people don't. Because like when I was playing it, I was doing the objectives because I thought that was what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And then like they just run off and leave.
No. Well, for me, like when I do the main objectives, I'm good with the round, and I'm ready to go. I want to survive this. I want to go. Right. Well, my son doesn't. He does everything that's on that map. Everything. He'll look for those elements or whatever samples. He's looking for those. He does all the side quests that you don't have to do them, but it's nice to do them. He does all that. And if nobody follows along, like he gets truly mad. It's like, why is everybody leaving? We need to do this mission here or this side quest. I'm like, dude, not everybody wants to play the side quest. They just want to do the main missions and go.
Yep.
Right. But he just wants to, completely play the game. Like a lot of people that just come in, do what it takes to end it and get out.
Yeah. He wants to save the galaxy. What is it? Super Earth. Super Earth. Yeah.
Well, the thing is like if you're gonna play it.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like he's done enough of like the basic stuff, so now he's just looking for other things. Because also, you know, you have to do those things while getting attacked.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you know, just added challenge to the game.
No, he watches a lot of YouTube videos on Helldivers. A lot. Like he wants to be better. That's the funny thing. So, he likes it a
He's
lot.
taking it seriously.
Yeah, he's playing on Steam.
No, I'm saying he's taking it seriously. I know.
Oh yeah.
He plays on PC.
Yeah, he plays it on PC and he does take it seriously. Yeah.
I don't buy third party, second party from PlayStation. I'll just buy them on PC. And then when the new Xbox comes out, I guess I'll be buying them on Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on how good.
Man. I mean, if they want the game to live on, I mean, they have to expand their reach.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to slap some sense into Sony. I mean, because like, why? What live service game is exclusive to anything? I think what PlayStation is hoping for that they come up with a Fortnite that everybody wants to buy a PlayStation for, and they can just hem everybody up on PlayStation. But you know, they have to overtake Fortnite first.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think they have heart for that fight. But exclusive service games are pretty silly. But let me see. Yeah, I just don't see that working out for them at all. But they gotta keep trying to do something. But at the end of the day, if you put your service game everywhere, I mean, every time they've done it, it's made them more money. So why I don't know why they keep trying to do this exclusivity on these multiplayer games like that. Like MLB is the most money they've ever made. Destiny wouldn't be Destiny without it being everywhere.
Oh, really? So
so,
I think I finally have an answer to that question. I think what they think is, or at least Sony, because Microsoft is off this tip, but Sony with the whole exclusive thing is they think that their platform is so popular and good like that if they keep the software exclusive to their platform, that people will switch to their platform just to get that and a bunch of other things, right? This is why they make all these other games exclusive, right? Popular games that they know people probably would have bought, like Final Fantasy and whatnot, right?
And nobody bought them.
But then nobody bought them because that player base got spoiled, right?
Their player base is in Fortnite and COD.
Right. But long before there was a COD or a Fortnite, they were already beginning to lack in that regard anyway, right? So of course that whole plan doesn't work, but that was their mindset, I believe, right? Like they just thought, hey, we'll force them into buying our platform by screwing over the competition in terms of what they have access to, right? Yeah. And therefore the consumers will decide, well, I'm buying PlayStation because PlayStation, Xbox, in this way, Xbox has no games come from and all this other stuff. They're trying to make it sort of like the average people who don't know none of this stuff, they just hear the phrase Xbox has no games or all these other things and automatically just stick to PlayStation. And I think that was always the purpose of it. But as you said, it didn't actually work. So
yeah, it was always the purpose, and it worked back when Final Fantasy was a technical marvel, right? I know you guys probably remember when Final Fantasy 7 came out back in the day. It was like, wow, we had never seen anything like that before. And then it comes 8, 9, and as they come out, they decline, right? Until 14 comes out online. But it's not working. Like, and then with live service being what it is now, it's just pointless. You know, the only one that can get away with it right now is Nintendo. And if Nintendo keeps bringing in more live service games, they're going to have some of the same issues. I think that last generation, a lot of they didn't have the competition. So then their games get to go out there pretty much unimpeded. I mean, because I think you have Fortnite and Apex.
Yeah.
But you don't have all this host of games that come out, like Delta Force about to hit Xbox. I'm pretty sure PlayStation too.
Yeah.
Like you got all these games coming out, and then they want to throw theirs out like late. Look at what happened to Marathon. Marathon's not going to come out probably.
Look what happened to that that Ubisoft game that was for X Defiant, right? I was just seeing a video about that from Gamers, which has a great document on a situation like this, right? Ubisoft spent all that effort. Oh, what was the guy who used to work on Call of Duty, and they got him to be the producer and all that stuff? But hey, they just they didn't
From a
treat it.
deviation.
No, he used to work at Activision with Call of Duty. Forget the name.
The
dude's name.
the guy who runs Deviation. It's now called Dark Outlaw Games.
I guess. If you're saying so, I'm gonna defer to
former
you.
former Treyarch devs.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And
okay. I'm deferring to you because you sound like you know the details that I don't. So
I forgot his name. I
Bobby,
think his name was like Jason something. But
yeah,
they started Deviation. PlayStation shut down Deviation. Supposedly there was a rift in the upper management, and obviously they sided with the guy we're talking about. And then they announced it at one of the shows, Dark Outlaw Games. And I guess they're back to trying to make a Call of Duty competitor. PlayStation's got like 6 more years left to try to figure their thing out.
Why do you say 6
But
years?
The 10-year contract.
Oh, it's already been 4 years.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, depends on when it starts. Then if not, then they have 8, right? But I mean, because this was closed like in 23, right?
Yeah.
Activision. So let's say 8 years. So they got 8 years to figure it out, and it takes. And this is what they were complaining about. Nobody can compete with Call of Duty because of the amount of manpower that they have. They have 3 studios leapfrogging one another, and they come out annually. It got to a point to where people were saying that they need to start doing it biannually, but I guess they got away from that. And I think that it's the same thing. It's like if Microsoft was to take Call of Duty away, people would just find something else to play on PlayStation. They might move to Fortnite if they aren't already. They might move to whatever else is there. So
Battlefield, maybe. I don't see that. Xbox fans would be more likely to do that, but maybe.
Well, I mean, it's just less Xbox fans. I mean, the Xbox fans, what do they play more of it? Because see, COD is becoming more and more casual by the year. Like it's almost playing. They got person mode and everything. Hell, even Halo has one.
Third person mode though, but like
not
I remember
for
in Modern
shooters.
Warfare 2, it wasn't so great. But then when they brought it back for Modern Warfare Remake 1, it was like in one of the modes. Or was that 2? It was in one of those 2 games. But they fixed it. Basically, the third person mode that was in the old Modern Warfare 2 and 360 was basically the first person mode, but like they put the camera in a different position, right? So like none of the aiming was adjusted for the fact that you're looking over the shoulder, right? So even though you're aiming with the mouth, all they did was move the camera to over the shoulder, if you follow, right? It was an actual third person type of camera. But then I think in Modern Warfare 1, or maybe it started with 2, they fixed that. On those other modes, that's I guess they're co-op or whatever, because you have those like spec op missions where you fight like a bunch of bots or whatever, and you have objectives to do. The third person mode in that was actually very good, and I think they took it out for 3, and maybe they brought it back for Black Ops or whatever. I forget the history of that, but that third person mode in Call of Duty did get better, but a lot of people don't know or want to mess with it. But with this current Black Ops that they have all the jumping around and stuff, you would think that would be a great fit for it, but I don't think folks really use it. It's a shame.
I don't like it for precision shooters. I'll play it like with Outriders or Gears of War, but like not when it counts. Like I don't want to play third person. It's cool to look at, but not cool to like shoot people. Not for me. But yeah, we'll see what happens with them, man. I don't think Call of Duty is ever going to leave the platform. But I believe that PlayStation is tired of their platform being ran by third party. Whereas Xbox is embracing it. But this is what I've been saying. Like all these shows, it's like PlayStation doesn't control their own platform. Xbox doesn't either.
No,
to an extent.
Right.
Like you look at Fortnite. If Fortnite wanted to, they can just take it off of all these consoles. Because everybody has a tablet and the kids are playing on tablets. That's who's playing it. Like a lot of these numbers are coming from like the tablets and their launcher. So
this is the reason why they bought ABK in the first place, King, they worried about that mobile side. That's what the main point was. All this Call of Duty and stuff that we care about ain't even the point to them. Is they making them money and keeping lights on and stuff? Yeah, sure, and they putting effort, no doubt. But yeah, it is this mobile stuff you're saying. That was the whole point all along.
Well, I mean, they needed a presence, and they also need to have something to bring people to their store. Like, go ahead, Ted.
I said,
Yeah.
Oh, no, because and I said this before. I keep hearing people talk about if Xbox a has Steam, people would just buy from Steam. It's like, dude, Xbox is more concerned about you getting their subscription and buying their games. If you buy other people's games, cool. But they're looking at you buying their software wherever they can put it. They're not looking to just try to get 30%. That's how PlayStation makes its money. Nintendo doesn't even do it because they make most of their money on first party. It's only PlayStation is looking to just hope that everybody else can sell on their platforms. That's why they're willing to do what they're doing with console. Man, console prices are going to be crazy. Because I don't think we did a show about it, or talked about it. I don't really care to talk about it much, but Nintendo's raising the prices on the Switch.
Mm.
I mean, Switch 2 is not going to be far behind. Yeah, so like if they're already, I don't know what they're raising it to, but
yeah, I didn't hear details either.
If it was already $350 and they're going to be charging like $400 or $470 or $375, Switch 2 is not going to be far behind. And if they're willing to charge that, to see, like, we would look at like the Steam Deck. A comparable Steam Deck is what, 606? The 256 gig?
Yeah.
Because I know I paid like 700 for the 512.
Yeah. So I think it's like 550 at the most for the 256 or whatever.
Man, I think it's getting to a point to where, man, they're not looking to subsidize this stuff anymore.
No,
and if they
that's
keep,
the same
and
thing
if
with
they,
the consoles, I was thinking the same thing. Like it used to be the Xbox and PlayStation. Only Nintendo was able to sell their consoles at some sort of profit, right?
Mhm.
Like Xbox and PlayStation were breaking even and they were making all their money on the software. There was lots of talk, that PlayStation is making money off the hardware now. I don't think they were at first, but when they jacked up the price, I think that's when they did. But I don't know. That's always what they seem to claim subliminally. At very least, it's really low key when they talk that stuff. But like, it just goes to show what you were just saying, which is why I'm speaking on it. Like, yeah, the money has always been in the software. So selling this hardware and then selling lots of hardware, but not selling software was always a problem, right? But I don't know. They claim they're making money off of the hardware now, and with these prices, yeah, I see they're moving to a point where they're not going to use the razor blades model anymore, right? They're not making the money off the blades. It's off the brazier and the blades and the shaving cream and everything else. They're trying to give you a hot towel, everything in a package for a crazy amount of money when all you really need is some more razors.
Kieran's in the house.
What up, Kieran?
So what is the Slayer sick
What up,
yapping about now? He's talking about shaving.
No, I'm just saying it's a model of sales or whatever. I forget the term, like the razor blades model, like Gillette.
We need Harry's console.
Yeah, this is why Harry's is around, because they make money off of both. But it, like, the razor isn't where they make the money. It's the blades that you have to replace it with. That's where they make the money. But you're not going to buy blades unless you have a razor to put into it, right? Which costs money. Same with the games. But they would sell it at a price that breaks even, give or take. That used to be, right? But now they're claiming, no, that's not really what they do. But I don't know. But it could just be bullshit from Sony, which is common with them, where they're claiming they do this and that, but they're really not. But no one's been able to prove either way.
Super Earth
for democracy. Super Earth.
My leg. It's gonna be awesome on Xbox. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see
I'll get it. I'll get it if you dudes get it.
I already bought it on Steam.
Me too.
Today. Yeah.
That's it.
I bought it today on Steam.
You guys can play.
Yeah.
You guys can hold down. You can protect Super Earth until I get there on Xbox.
Bro, this is the thing, man. You know, like, I know I'm late, but I'm looking at the games I'm playing. Like, I haven't even put a dent in Shadows yet. I started the altars. You know what I mean? Like, Final Fantasy. I mean, I'm kind of gonna put that on the back burner because I want to support Japanese games on Xbox since we don't buy games. So I bought you guys already know I loved it and played it on PC, but like, so I bought it on Xbox. I mean, there's so many games, man, like that I haven't put a dent in. Like, have you guys tried Blueprints?
Blueprints?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess
Never
no.
heard of.
Nope.
Okay, I'm halfway through Blue Dragon. I know it's old, yeah, but I wasn't into JRPGs back then, or Lost Odyssey, which I'm like probably got like 10 hours into.
I know I played that one. I don't remember if I finished it. I don't think I did.
Bro, I'm trying to beat Death Stranding before it comes to Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, dude, it ain't gonna take 5 years for it to go to
Is Death
Xbox.
Stranding on
The game-
Xbox?
The first one.
Death Stranding
is-
1 is,
Not number 2, man.
dude, no.
Man,
You know Sony, but Sony bought it, bro. I got 20 hours in Oblivion, and I know I got like 300 more to go. But that's on the back burner, bro, because like that's as much as I want to go back and experience the nostalgia, but I still have to acknowledge, like, man, there's too many games coming out, like too many games that I haven't beaten yet, and I
Backlog.
don't think
Yeah,
I will. I think I'm gonna give up.
really.
I said this last year. Yeah, like basically whatever came out this year, I want to try to beat it. Oh, look at Helldivers. It's on the main screen on Xbox. Mecha Break came out. I haven't downloaded it yet.
oh, I hadn't downloaded that yet either.
Yeah, you got Mafia coming.
All right.
Ghost
right,
of Tsushima will give me a reason to finally boot up my PlayStation. Borderlands is coming out. Like, I'm just
Like
that's what I mean.
I booted up my PlayStation.
Give
the
up on
other
the old
day
stuff.
just to update it, just to make sure everything's updated on it.
Dude, every time I turn on my PlayStation, it gives me the beep, beep, beep. Database.
Oh, because the power
database
went out or
rebuild.
something. It
Yeah.
has to
Database
rebuild the
database
stupid
error.
database.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah. No.
But that's all that pretty much happened this week. Like last week wasn't really all that crazy. This is why, when you said you had something else to do, we were both like, yeah, man, go be with your son, man. This video game industry is kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
Last week.
So I won't
It
be.
made up for it
I
this
won't.
week though.
I won't be around next week because we're gonna be out of town. But the one after that, I will be here. But the one after that one, I won't be. So it's gonna be like
It's been the pattern for a while. Like we've been
for 2 weeks
on
like,
and off for
yeah.
like 2-3 months now.
Yeah, it'll be so for this month. It'll be every other week. Like so, I'll be back. I'll be able to do something here in 2 weeks because we're gonna be out of town twice this month. Having some fun. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Okay, so the first trip we're going to Chicago, and my wife makes fun. Maybe my wife my kids and everybody makes fun of me the way I say Chicago because they say you don't say Chicago, and it's like that's how it's spelled, Chicago. And no, it's Chicago. And so
not C. You gotta use the S sound.
No, well, I say Chicago. I
say. I'm just telling you how it really goes.
And but anyway, we're going for a few days.
This is America
for Chicago. Because my son, for the last 3 or 4 years, my older one, he's always been asking, he wants to go to this one Godzilla fest that they hold up there. Right? And I always say, next year. And next year never happens. Right? And so he asked for it this year. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to Chicago for G Fest. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. We'll go. So we got that planned out. Well, my younger one, who's all into airplanes, right? Who's all into airplanes right now for whatever reason, he wants to go to an air show, right? But it's in in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Oh,
so we're flying. Far. So we're flying back to Chicago and then driving up to Oshkosh.
Right? Oshkosh.
But get this, yeah, just like the clothing line, the Oshkosh Bagosh.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I was about to say.
No, I was actually finishing the sentence because you were like, we're flying up to. I said Oshkosh.
Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yeah, I know, dude. Come on, we know Oshkosh Bagosh, bro. We're all geezers.
Bro,
and so
I got my son here who loves calling me dinosaur.
So check this. Bro, so check this.
It's funny though. I haven't worn one of those since my 5th birthday. Like
you still got them. You still wear it.
I mean, why would you wear it, bro?
Overall, I've seen grown men wearing overalls all the time. I just remember that brand with overalls. I just remember that brand with overalls. That's all I remember.
And so
that's how long it was. 40 years ago, bro. Give me a break.
so next week we're going to Chicago. Then we come back home. This is why I can do something here the following week. Then we go back again, right? But check this, because the air show is in Oshkosh. So we're trying like, well, what's going to be financially like right for us? It's like we're going to get a hotel, we're going to get a car. Where are we going to stay? Because everything close by to the air show is already packed up because people like rent their rooms for like months ahead, right? And we're just doing it late, as always. And so when my wife's like, what do you think if we get an RV? I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, you can rent these RVs like Airbnbs. I was like, really? So we started looking into them. And the first one she showed me was a small one, kind of like the size of a party van, right? And I looked at it and they're all decked out. It's really nice. But the small one was like, okay, we're going to be really cramped. And if we're going to stay on at the air show the entire time, then we're going to need something bigger. There's no way we're going to like handle that little van, right?
We're going to need a bigger boat.
So we got a bigger boat, like another a little bit larger than that one. It's a 23, I think, foot, kind of like a U-Haul van that's been converted to something like an RV, right? And I'm like, okay, that's a little bit better. And it's only like $300 more than the small van. I was like, okay, that makes more sense because now you can be more comfortable, not all squished up in that little van, right? So we did it. We've already got it leased out. We just got to go pick it up in Chicago and then drive up there. And I'm like, crap, man. It's like, I wonder if I can drive that shit. I don't know if I can drive it. And so we were talking about renting a U-Haul for like a few hours just to test it out because it's the same size as a U-Haul. And so we'll see. I'll tell you. And we're staying on site too the entire time at the air show because it's a massive air show. It's not like a little bitty one at a little small airport.
Clearly, if you can stay on site.
Huge. If you look up Oshkosh Air Show, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's massive. And we're going to stay there the entire time at the air show. And so it's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited for boat trip, but I think I'm more excited about the second one with the air show because of the RV thing that we're staying in that I'll be driving. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Am I muted?
You're gonna get it from the that Drive Across America place.
No, this one's called Indie Campers. I think it's called. If you look it up, you'll see all the rental stuff, and they rent out, different size vehicles for what you need. And we got one for like almost $1,000 or something like that for 4 days, I think. Wisconsin. Yeah, we're going to Wisconsin. I'm going to be a cheesehead.
The flattest place on earth, I swear to God.
What, Wisconsin?
Flat.
Is it?
Flat. Bro, I think that's the state that's in the middle of the United States that I was saying before.
I've been to Milwaukee.
Flat as hell.
I've been to Milwaukee. I've been to, I think, Racine. I think it's called Racine. Is like right off the lake. Because I used to work out there for a project. And I don't remember much of it. I mean, I got pictures and everything. But
I had no reason to go to Wisconsin, but I've driven through Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived in North Dakota for work.
Yeah.
And it's all the same. Super windy. I like
it?
The cold though. Mm-hmm. Yep. But man, the place I've already found it and quoted. It's like Drive Across America because I said I was gonna drive my kids to Disneyland.
Yeah, you need a.
Bro, that's nothing for me, bro.
It's nah. You need another mortgage for that one, man.
For what? To go to Disneyland.
Yeah. Look, that's the air show.
Yeah, especially in Cali.
Oh, And they have helicopter rides of the old MASH helicopter. I'm thinking about getting on that one.
You thinking about it?
Yeah.
Why would you think about that?
Because I want to see it first to see if I really want to do it.
No, you don't think about it. You do it.
I don't know.
MASH?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even our generation.
Like the little bubble helicopter. It's just.
Bro, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't think you do.
Dude, what I'm saying is, why would you think about it? Like, I would just do it. You know what I mean? Because like, let's just say they had Airwolf. You remember Airwolf?
Oh, I remember Airwolf.
Yeah, and I was by Airwolf.
The Apache. Is it an Apache helicopter?
No, it was a Bell 222.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was an Apache, but I can Google it. I didn't know it. I mean, look at.
It's a Bell 222. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and check this. Okay, you guys gonna get kicked out of this. So we're renting this RV, right? And we're renting an RV, and in certain RVs, like the small one we were considering, you can pee in it, but you can't poop in it. It just doesn't have this. It doesn't have the system for it. Now, my kids are uppity up when it comes to restrooms. I don't care. I can go outside, dig a hole, and I'll be happy. Right? My kids and my wife, they won't do it. Right. So, and that was another selling point is like, let's just get the big one because it does have the poop system. You can poop in it. Right. Mm-hmm. And so now that we got the big RV set up, now I'm having to go online and look at videos on how to clear out the tanks because I have to turn it in as I got it clean. So, there's 2 tanks in there that I'm learning about these vehicles. There's your freshwater tank, right, for your freshwater. Then there's a tank called gray tank or gray box for your wastewater. So that's shower, that's pee, and I think it's for the sink and stuff like that. Then there's the black box or the black box, black container. And that's where the solid waste is at. And you have to clean that out before you turn it back in. So I'm having to watch online. It's like, okay, how do I do this? Because I have no idea. This is all first time for me. And so I gotta put my hand up in the poop chute and like pull out all the poo poo from it and clean out the tank. How exciting is that?
Scrubbity dub.
Scrubbity dub dub dub.
Scrub the random is I can make it.
Yeah. So it's exciting times.
Yeah, boy.
Yep.
It looks cool though.
So we're gonna be staying like in like what you see here on the screen, right? It's a big like campsite, and we're just gonna be pull up, park, and then that's it. That's gonna be our spot. And you know, these are the hardcore people. So we're gonna be new people. We're gonna be rookies. We have no idea what we're doing. But I think it's gonna be fun.
Somebody shows you the ropes.
Yeah. People bring their scooters, their golf carts, their e-bikes, anything to get around because this place is massive. It's crazy. There's shops in there because you don't, I mean, once you drive in, it's like you really don't want to leave, right? Because it's gonna be a hassle to get back in. So they have little stores, but of course they jack up the prices on everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when stuff like that happens, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah. So Corey, if I get on that helicopter, on the MASH helicopter, dude, I telling you, I'll have like 3 GoPros strapped around me just to capture everything. I got my 360 camera, so that's for sure going to capture everything.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. My kids are excited.
I would be too.
Yeah.
So. It looks like you're gonna have fun there. Yeah.
It's gonna be like, and you're gonna hate yourself after cleaning the tank. Yeah, yeah. My younger son's like, are you gonna have gloves? It's like, I guess we're gonna have to bring some.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to bring some then.
Jeez. Well, you should watch some Iron Eagles. I was just watching Iron Eagle 1 and 2 the other day. I don't know why it's been on like YouTube because it's been showing me clips of it, but then I was like, hey, let me watch the movie. I don't know if you've seen it lately yourself. That's the one where they used F-16s in that one. That was a pretty good one. Well, 2 movies, in fact. But yeah.
Yeah, they got the old bomber airplanes from World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun times. Oh man, my camera's back on active tracking again. It's like zooming in my face.
Just put your hand up.
Put your hands up.
One hand up, and it'll blink.
I just touched a little sensor that's in the front. Turns it off.
The sensor? You touch the light sensor? The lens?
No, not the lens. Okay, so if you look at your camera, the
Yeah.
gimbal part that turns, there's a little circle on there. You can press it and it turns it on and off.
The circle part? There's a button?
Mm-hmm.
Where? In the front?
Yeah.
Back?
On
Side?
it's on the side. Like it's facing you, just like the camera's facing like you.
Is it like a touch button?
Yeah, it's like a touch button.
Is it on the camera part or on the gimbal part?
The gimbal part. It's like there's a little circle. There's a little imprint circle there.
Oh, I see it. I'm not pressing it now though, because
Yeah.
that won't be on camera. But yeah,
So that turns on the active tracking, or turns it off and turn it on.
you like Blue Thunder more? Google Poe, you never had good taste. Not fucking with you. But yeah, Airwolf was definitely better than Blue Thunder. What are
So
you talking
I'll be gone from the 9th to the 13th, and then I'll be back the rest of that week, and then we're leaving again on the 22nd. Is when we leave for the air show.
Cool. Cute.
So yes, I'll be here on the 17th for your birthday, just for you, Kieran.
Yeah, it's his birthday is 17th.
Where are they gonna take him to? Like Chili's? Get some crispers?
No idea.
You're gonna take
I
him
have
to
no idea what
Chili's.
he's doing.
Taking to Chili's. Yeah. So
Chili's.
all right, man. Well, let's end this. Any last words?
Go play your games.
For real.
Stop playing Twitter wars.
For real. For real. And charge up your phone.
Yes.
Don't have it on silent.
Well, I mean, look, it's not on silent. It's in the truck. But look, I haven't been on Twitter. I get on Twitter when Legal sends me a text message about, because he sent me the Helldivers thing, right? So then I ran to Twitter, check out, see what people are saying. And so, most of the ponies are like, well, so now the game is good because it's on Xbox. Bro, y'all do the same thing. That's how List Wars works.
Xbox dudes never talk shit about Helldivers. We never did.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember.
Generally,
I don't remember anybody really talking junk about it. But I know that when it comes to games that are not mainstream, Xbox is where you're gonna find the players. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how many people actually bought that game on PlayStation. Probably like 4 million, because the rest of them are on like PC. If that game was released on Xbox with half of the console base, it would have sold the same for. Guaranteed, man. It's because, like, even with a game like what's the name of that game that came out that everybody hated from it got closed down, Vampires, Redfall.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there were 3,000 LFG groups, 3,600 LFG groups. Right? While everybody on Twitter was complaining about the game, I was finding a bunch of randoms that just go through the game and beat it.
Yeah.
So it's like this is like Xbox is where it's always been that way, right? Because Call of Duty, all that came from Xbox. Gears of War. I don't think Gears of War would have been what it was. It would probably be canceled. There would be no Gears 5 if it was on PlayStation.
That's right.
It's just not what they do.
Nope.
And they always want to clown Game Pass, right? Because people didn't pay for it. But dude, people are subscribing to Game Pass, and majority of the let's just say there are 40 like people are talking about. The majority are on console, and if they only have 40, 60, 70 million, including last gen consoles, I mean, that's a pretty good attach rate. for these games and the service. But yeah, that like Gears, man, these dudes are celebrating the demise of PlayStation as they know it.
Literally.
Because I've been saying it, they were like, "What are you talking about, bro?" PlayStation doesn't like. They don't. That's why they don't have a Japan studio anymore. That's why they would rather buy exclusivity from these JRPGs instead of create their own. You know, there's so many like real PlayStation fans still wishing that they could play a sequel to Legend of Dragoon. They'll never get it. Pining for Ape Escape. Those games are not coming back unless they let somebody else do it. PlayStation needs big blockbuster hits. Otherwise, it's really not worth it for them to do it. So I don't know if Xbox is going to flood their store. When does PlayStation feel comfortable to release their own games? They already had to compete with games that weren't like from a platform competitor.
Well, first they need some games to release to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they never had a big first party catalog, right? That was the perception. And I've been saying this since the start of this generation that they're going to get exposed this generation. They never had a big. Think about it. There are only 5 studios that they have, that create games regularly. That's Naughty Dog, now Sucker Punch, Gorilla. Okay, I guess now you can count Housemarque because they have a solid cadence, and Insomniac. Ben had something going, and then they got canceled. There's no more Days Gone. There's no Santa Monica. So there's 6 studios that made games, and if those studios take 5 to 6, that's where you get the one blockbuster title per year because they don't have much else to bring. You look at Bungie; they make service games. Arrowhead, I think that was King. I heard him say that they kind of worked with them because they saw Arrowhead's kind of upset that they didn't want to put it everywhere, and they kind of did this.
Like that, but that doesn't make sense.
And it makes sense because Arrowhead was pretty upfront saying that our next game will not be with Sony. Like that was the director over there. He said our next game will not be with Sony. We don't have a problem with them. There's no bad blood, but we'll be running the show on our own. So now the game's everywhere. If they can, they'll get it running on the Switch too.
More platforms, the better. You know how that go.
I mean, I don't consider it a service game though, but multiplayer games need more players, and that's why I'm not really knocking what I never knocked what Xbox has done. Forza, as much as I didn't want to see it on PlayStation, when are they gonna think about it? As long as Forza is there, I don't know how true it is, but they said the first month they made more money than GT. So when you got Xbox over there, because I think this is legal show. I said, I mean, most of these PlayStation fans don't know anything about Xbox or the exclusives over there. They don't care because they're not even playing PlayStation exclusives. So why not just put some of the games over there? So you have Forza over there now. How confident? Because they've already been upfront about how Forza is better than what they put out. How confident are they going to be to put out an arcade racer? There's already no more EA, and like all these other games, like these are sims, like Assetto Corsa. Then you had Solar Crown came out with a dud, and then there's another one. Like those games aren't flying. Dirt's been canceled. And then you got Forza that covers all of those. Everything but simulation, but they have off road, everything, and it's open world. Like, how confident is PlayStation going to be to bring out a racer? Like, this is the problem they're going to face because it's like PlayStation fans are like, cool, we get Xbox games, but you supposedly bought the PlayStation for the PlayStation's exclusives, and if they're not confident in bringing those games out, then how often are you going to get them? That's why you get that one. So you bought a console to play one game per year from that platform.
Yeah.
No, like that's what they're faced with. I said this, man. They're about to relegate PlayStation to Steam, where they bring one game out every now and then, but they have a popular platform that people want to buy but it's not for first party. Now, what's the name? Steam has 2 service games that are 1 or 2 every month. PlayStation has nothing like that. What is it? Dota and what's the name of the other one? CS:GO. Even the new one has got a solid player base of like 50, 60,000 people playing. Yeah, CS:GO. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then you have Dota, and then now what is it called? Deathlock or
League of Legends?
Gridlocked or something like that. No, League of Legends is a Riot.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Dota. Just go look up Steam. Just go look up Steam. Yeah, you keep saying what the acronym is. I don't care. I will never play it. I'm so like some of these games, like if they're 10, 15 years old, I'm never gonna start. Like Grand Theft Auto, the first time I played it was like 7 years after it came out. I walked out of the garage, and right after I created my guide, somebody in a helicopter blew up my little Charger. And
what? That quickly?
What is it? It's not a Charger. Whatever the 4-door Dodge is, the Challenger, or is it it's a Charger? Dude, I walked out of the garage because when you first start, you create your character. You walk out of the garage. Dude came by in a helicopter and shot me up and flew away. I said, "Oh heck, nah." I'm not paying real money either. Like my kids, they ask me for like Robux and all kind of other crap. Was it V-Bucks? I ain't buying that crap.
V-Bucks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see, man. I think I see them becoming Steam. I see them being more willing to work with Microsoft in time, because when it comes to PC and these ponies want them to not be able to play games on an Xbox platform. PlayStation's really not upset. Like they think PlayStation's mad about making more money. They just need to keep up the perception with console, and as long as Xbox is not really competitive with them yet, I think they will become more competitive, because I think that they'll get credit for a lot of PC sales if this hybrid is what I think it'll be. It has to be close to probably upper mid tier for it to do what I think it should do. But anyway, you wanted to end it. I know I came late, so I ain't gonna keep you out to 9:30. Hey, get on Twitter, but play more games on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta go back and play RoboCop. All right. Well, bye-bye, guys in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Thanks for coming out, fellas.
And we'll talk to you in 2 weeks, because I won't be here next week. I'll be in Chicago.
You mean Wisconsin?
Oh, that'd be in like 3 weeks or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. The first Chicago trip is just in Chicago, and then the second.
Oh,
Chicago
you're taking multiple trips?
Yeah, I'm taking 2 trips. Yep. So
I'm about to fall out asleep. So,
all right, guys.
safe travels, brother.
Bye. Peace.
All right.